Hello, and welcome to my mobile office, y'all. I know it seems like the world is ending in some regards, but for those of y'all who know me in real life, I'm still seeing a small handful of in-person patients who really need the hands-on help. Just about everyone else, we're working on transitioning to online health coaching so people can stay safe, supported, and those of you in addiction recovery can stay sober through this crazy series of events. I am so happy that y'all can join me for the Awakening Heart's usual Zen-to-go noon meditation at 12:15 today, because I am in between one patient and another, and we're just trying to keep this online and available so that we can come together, practice a short sitting meditation, and keep the community cohesive during this time for as long as we need to. So on that note, welcome to Zen-to-go noon mindfulness meditation. We're going to start with an opening affirmation, practice a short seated meditation together, and finish with a reading that'll hopefully give you something to think about for the rest of your day. Usually we start out with a check-in where everyone in our in-person circle shares their name and something they're grateful for. Today, I'd like to extend the same opportunity to the online sphere. So if you'd like, please share in the chat box with something that you're grateful for today, as well as your name if your online handle is, something like I love pugs 111. So that would be wonderful. I will go ahead and start out by sharing. My name is Myles, if y'all aren't familiar, and I am so grateful that we've been able to keep the usual programming on at Dallas Meditation Center in one way or another. Hi, Jessica. And a big shout out as well to Catherine for donating yesterday after our wonderful noon meditation together yesterday. Thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. Community donations are what keeps the community alive. Jessica says she is grateful for the live stream as well. And you can feel free to jump in at any point in time on the chat box. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and, start with our opening affirmation. If you know it, you are more than welcome to join wherever you might be practicing at home or in your, mobile office. If you don't, you can listen along, and that way you'll know the opening affirmation for next time. After which we'll shift into a seated meditation that's a little more heavily guided than usual. I find that a little bit more guiding helps us feel a little bit more connected when there's a screen in between us. But if that doesn't really suit you, you can just kind of tune out the sound of my voice and enjoy our practice together otherwise. May we and all beings be safe and free from illness or injury. May we and all beings transform our suffering. May we and all beings rejoice in all joys. May we and all beings be at peace. Now, holding that intention in mind, allow yourself to settle into a comfortable posture, one that you can stay in for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Preferably a posture that embodies a sense of groundedness, a strong foundation, wherever you might sit or lie down. And with the next in-breath, see if you can tune in to the natural rhythm of the breath, wherever it might be right now. Noticing without judgment if the breath is fast or slow, shallow or deep, regular or irregular. Can we notice these things without having to change them? Practicing allowing the breath to be however it is. And breathing in, becoming aware of the natural expansion of the ribcage. And breathing out, allowing any tension to dissipate with the out breath. Breathing in a sense of expansiveness. Breathing out tension. And at any point in time, you might notice that your mind has wandered either to a distraction from the external environment, or a distraction from the internal environment. Reflections on the past, worries about the future. And the beauty of this practice is that as soon as you recognize that your mind has wandered, you're already back. And whatever the distraction may be, can you gently refocus your attention to the natural rise and fall of the chest? And with each cycle of breath, and so it goes. The mind may wander, and we coax it back to the breath. The mind wanders, and we bring it back to the breath. As many times as it takes, for however long it takes. This simple act is really the heart of our practice. Allowing us to transform the negative emotions that arise when we become caught in our troubling thoughts. I'm going to allow us to enjoy the silence together for the last few minutes of our meditation. See if you can rest in the gentle waves of the breath sensation. Coming back to this ebb and flow whenever you need to. Breathing in, calm. Breathing out, any remaining tension. For this short period of time, there's nowhere to go, nothing for us to do. In this radical practice, we're just sitting, just breathing. With one last full, mindful in breath. And one last relaxed, full out breath. Go ahead and allow yourself to open your eyes, expand your scope of awareness until it includes the room around you, wherever you might be practicing at this particular moment. Thank you all so much for joining me for this nice little oasis in the middle of our day. I want to share a short reading with y'all. And the reading is from Thich Nhat Hanh's book, Anger, Wisdom for Cooling the Flames. Like I've been joking for the last couple days, I've been reading this book through like 4 times in a row because the libraries are closed, so I don't have to give it back until the libraries are open again, I don't think. And it's a real meaty book. It has a lot to think about. It's easy to keep coming back to. This one is called The Basement and the Living Room. Thich Nhat Hanh says, let us use a house to represent our consciousness. We can identify 2 parts. The basement is our store consciousness, and the living room is mind consciousness. Internal formations like anger, despair, sorrow rest in store consciousness in the basement in the form of a seed until you hear, see, read, or think of something that touches your seed of anger. Then it comes up and manifests on the level of mind consciousness, your living room. It manifests as a zone of energy that makes the atmosphere in your living room heavy and unpleasant. When the energy of anger, despair, sorrow comes up, we suffer. But whenever anger manifests, we can immediately invite the energy of mindfulness to manifest also through the practice of mindful walking and mindful breathing. This way, another zone of energy, the energy of mindfulness, is also created. It is so important to learn how to practice walking and breathing mindfully, how to practice cleaning and working mindfully, how to practice mindfulness in our daily lives. That way, every time a negative energy manifests, we will know how to also generate the energy of mindfulness in order to embrace it and take care of it effectively. I liked that reading, but what do y'all think? I would love to hear your reflections on either your meditation or Thich Nhat Hanh's reading about using the energy of mindfulness to embrace the negative energies that come up when we suffer from afflictive emotions. You can feel free to share in the chat box. From the beginning of our meditation, Jonathan says, I'm grateful to be here right now in this moment. I'm grateful you're here too, Jonathan. And I am grateful to all of y'all for tuning in and helping keep this community alive through these interesting times. As y'all might well be aware, the Awakening Heart community of mindful living that usually meets at the Dallas Meditation Center is entirely supported by donations from the community. Even if we're not coming in the physical door and gathering as a physical group, this is still the community, and it's more important now than ever that we make the community contributions. We make the donations that allow this community to survive. You can make a donation by clicking on the donation link in the description. This will allow you to set up either a one-time donation, which are always much appreciated, or set up a monthly donation so that you can set it and forget it. Don't have to worry about remembering if you did or didn't. You can also donate by texting the word mindful to 44321, which is also in the description below. If you donate and comment below the video that you donated, I will give you a shout out in tomorrow's video, just like I did today. Speaking of which, y'all get a second chance to join me for a short guided meditation and reading at 7 p.m. Central tonight, as well as tomorrow at noon for our usual Zen-to-go noon meditation. Bobby is getting the framework for the usual Wednesday night group 7:30 to 9 p.m. Central setup. Do subscribe to the Dallas Meditation Center's YouTube, but it takes a lot of coordination to set them up in the online sphere. So if you stay current on the social media, you'll stay up to date, and that way you won't miss out on the events that we are still doing. I don't think anything has been canceled yet from our usual calendar, which I'm very excited about. Let's see. Jessica says, timely reading, going through a breakup. I have hate, anger, sorrow, despair in my meditation. It's nice to have space to embrace with mindfulness, although still a sad experience. I am so glad that you tuned in online. The thing that I love about mindfulness is that there's room to acknowledge our negative emotions. We don't pretend like they don't exist. And I'm really sorry to hear that you're going through that. It is a painful experience. But we know that we can also generate the energy of mindfulness to take care of those negative emotions that do come up sometimes, that are present a lot in this very weird time. Jonathan says, my mind keeps wandering to negative thoughts, especially in moments of silence. I think that's pretty normal, Jonathan, and I hope you keep joining us to practice and continue to practice in whatever way you like to practice in your own time, whether that's while you're walking, while you're working with your hands, because you also know that your breath is available as an anchor, so that anytime the negative thoughts come up, they may be there. That's okay. But you can also use mindfulness of breath so that you don't get stuck in that negative place, right? I am so glad that y'all are joining me in the chat box. I think it makes this feel more like a community. For now, I'm going to go ahead and close this room with our closing affirmation, give you an intention to walk away from for the rest of your day. And I will see y'all again at 7 p.m. Central if you care to join me. Knowing that we can hold on to this energy of mindfulness and carry it with us throughout the rest of our day as well. If you know the closing chant, please join me at home so that we can stay connected. If you don't, listen this time and you'll know it for tomorrow. Countless beings we vow to free. Ceaseless afflictions we vow to end. Limitless truth doors we vow to open. The deepest paths of awakening we vow to realize. Amitabha. Thank you so much for joining me. You can find our calendar on the Dallas Meditation Center website. You can find the modifications that we're doing to that calendar on the Facebook and YouTube channel. I hope to see y'all again tomorrow on the same bat time, same bat channel. And if you missed this stream live, you'll have a second chance at 7 p.m. Central tonight. I hope to see y'all there. I hope you'll have a great rest of your day.